stay grounded, stay hydrated, stay in prayer, stay in meditation, get into quiet every single day. This is paramount. I believe we're like in a metaphorical surgery. It's not a time to be eating sugars. It's not a time to be distracting yourself. It's not a time to be numbing out. It's a time for introspection, grounding, healing practices. Welcome to the Diary series with Danette May. These are the conversations I typically have with myself, shared with you so you feel less alone in yours. This series is for anyone navigating change, awakening, or simply trying to make sense of the world you live in. Trust me, you belong here. Let's get started. Hello, day 5 of the Diary series. How are you doing? Checking in on you and your heart. Have you been feeling the momentum speed up in this week as we transitioned into what everyone is calling the fire horse? Feeling the shift, feeling technology, the momentum pulling you. I'm curious if you're feeling that. I was actually feeling it a lot. The week before leading up, I could feel this pull, this sense of I'm being pulled versus I'm driving towards something. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I know the feeling of driving towards a goal. Also a fitness professional driving towards a goal of releasing stubborn body fat or building muscle. And I can feel myself being pulled. And I'm wondering if you're feeling that too. It might be pulled out of relationships, pulled into new locations, pulled into desiring and curiosity of something new, pulled into doing something different, pulled into potentially looking at something differently than you've ever looked at it before. There is a pull happening. And I want to just kind of reiterate the Hopi, which is a tribe like the Anasazis, the Hopi that were a part of a Native American culture down in the southern Nevada, Arizona, Utah areas, New Mexico, I believe. I could be getting those wrong, but the Hopi prophecy, which I'm going to just paraphrase, is really around these times right now that we're in. This prophecy was showing a river, and people were either just floating on their backs down this rushing river, or some were clinging to the sides of the river, trying not to get swept down the river, holding on for dear life, screaming, crying. And the prophecy was to let go, to let yourself go down the river, allow yourself to trust in this flow. And that's what I'm feeling. Something exciting happened yesterday that will impact you. I really started to realize how much my soul is wanting me to do manifestivals. So for those of you who don't know a lot about a manifestival, I'm actually going to be dropping some future podcast series around this concept of manifestival that I have been sitting on. I'm going to have to say at least 6 years, because I've been getting this very specific vision around music and around large groups of people listening to music, making sounds, movement, and creating from it. So creating from this unified intention. And it has led me on years of a journey of studying sacred frequencies. What were those frequencies that were used for deep, profound healing in the ancient Egyptian times, in the Minoan times, in ancient Greece? What were those frequencies and those transmissions that were used for creation? And I have been on a radical journey. I've put on about maybe four different manifestivals. My very first one was in Cancun, Mexico, underneath the stars, using this ancient technology infused in beats that you want to move and dance to, and with sacred geometry and beautiful scenes on a screen so that you can start to embody and amplify the dreams in your heart. And I have seen and heard tremendous things from participating in a manifestival, from people saying they had cancer and not having cancer, to manifesting children, to manifesting money. There's been so many testimonies, and something has held me back from putting them on over the past few years. I've done all the DJ, the sound technology, I've done all the video creation. I've created this full and downloaded creation, and yet I find myself stalling and actually putting it out. And I realized why. is because it is actually very expensive to put on a Manifestival. From the AV, the sound system has to be super dialed in. The screen for people to see the visuals has to be large. So the AV has to be dialed in for the full experience. And then you need space. You need space to move and to dance. And I need a container, whether that's outside and paying for AV or inside, I'm still paying for AV. It's just not an inexpensive quest that I've been on, but I know I'm supposed to do it. And I'm so happy to report that yesterday I booked my venue to put on an open to the public Manifestival. So a lot of you might have been hearing about Manifestivals, but you were like, oh, she did it for the Lotus Rising women. She did it for her friends. She did it at a healing experience. But some of you listening are like, I would like to experience a Manifestival. I'm not a member. I'm not heading to your healing experience, but I would love to experience a Manifestival. And I'm here to tell you it is one of the funnest nights you'll have. You will create, you will manifest the thing that's in your heart. So you come with an intention, you come with a dream that you want to see come into fruition, and we dance our way to it. You think that we have to often meditate our way to our creations, and it's simply not true. We get to use these bodies as antennas of joy for creation. So I am happy to announce that I have picked a date. So mark your calendar. I have an open ticket sale. So you're getting and hearing this first because you're listening to the diary series. But September 12th, there will be a Manifestival for you to come to. And it is going to be the cheapest Manifestival that I'll ever put on. It'll definitely be like the cost of an Erewhon smoothie. That's how I want to do it. I want you to be able to come. But once again, I'm in a venue, limited tickets, limited bodies that can fit in the venue. So just mark your calendar. Stay tuned here on the Danette May Show. In fact, I would just go click that follow button right now, wherever you're listening to this. It's either a plus sign or a follow button, because you do not want to miss when I drop these ticket sales, because like I said, I can only take so many bodies in the venue for law purposes. So once the tickets sell out, they do sell out. I am doing one. And once I booked this and made the decision yesterday, holy moly, it was such a testament to me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I just got this surge of energy. I started dancing around. I started feeling so much hope, so much happiness, so much excitement. And that was my sign enough that I was like, what have I been waiting for? Well, I've been waiting for the right venue and the right cost, but I am so excited because I'm actually dropping them. I'm planning on doing more in the future, but if you're looking for an experience like this, you want to come and dance with me and experience this magic of sound frequencies and movement and seeing your intention come true, then come, mark your calendars. I'll be giving out more details where, what time, but it is on September 12th. 2026. So mark your calendar right now. Go for it. And it will be in an incredible venue, a place where you are going to want to travel to anyway. So just mark your calendar. That's my warning on that. But that was such a huge test to me yesterday. Wow, I am really supposed to be doing this. And so I did book that. It's going to be right with the Lotus Rising's live day event. So the live day event for the Lotus Rising women, I do a free live day event for these women who are in my high level coaching program called Lotus Rising. And that's going to take place that day, the day of the evening of the Manifestival. So if you want to be a part of both of them, you can totally just sign up to be a Lotus Rising member. I'll click the link in the show notes below, danettecoaching.com, to learn more about that program. More than worth it. And right now I'm doing month-to-month membership, which I've never done before. You used to have to pay for a year up front. And I am helping you navigate these times we're in, because we are in unprecedented times. We can all agree to that. And we need to really look at ourselves and go, what am I letting go of? Have I chosen to let go of these patterns, these thoughts, these people, these things that I do that are not serving me moving into the fire horse of 2026 and beyond? We've got to take inventory. You cannot stay the same and expect a different outcome as you traverse into 2026. It is paramount that we really look at, what am I letting go of? For me, I'm letting go of a lot of fear. a lot of fear of really stepping into the medicine that I hold, a lot of fear around my past and my ex and my childhood, letting go of this idea that I have to be perceived a certain way and I need to make my parents proud. It's time to let all that go. I need to let it go. Most of us live with this feeling inside of ourselves, even if our parents have passed, our parents are living inside of us telling us what we should and shouldn't do, that that's good or that's bad. It's time to let those stories, those belief systems go if they are not really supporting you in the direction of your soul's call. It's not cruel to let your parents' voice that lives inside of you from your childhood to go if it's not serving you your highest evolution and calling. And that is the work I've been doing, and I'm sure some of you are wondering about my hip because, I was doing a lot around this hip, sharing with you the deep healing work I was doing in Costa Rica, not only just physically, like, using sound frequency and this tapping modality. Also, I did some subconscious work and uncovered some things that I'm not yet ready to talk about, but it just gives me permission to go, whoa, there's some deep healing in my subconscious levels that need to take place. Well, both of my hips were acting up, both the right and the left, the right being probably the most intense. And we discovered this has probably been going on for about 43 years. You see, what happens is we take on belief systems or we shut down because something happened to us. In particular, if something happened to us sexually, you could shut down and tighten up in that hip space. And it's definitely hereditary as well for me. So my mom has bone spurs. I imagine her mom had bone spurs, and I had actual MRI tested bone spurs. Well, long story short, doing this work in Costa Rica, me doing stretches, which it's really less about so much stretches. I still have to stretch. I'm still moving my body and everything like that, but it was deeper. It was more subconscious for me. And then doing deeper tapping, like using sound frequency to heal these torn ligaments and these bone spurs, dissolving these bone spurs. And I'm happy to say that I think the bone spurs are dissolved. My knees are coming together. My left hip feels amazing, which both were very aggravated. I think my right hip just needs a little bit more time in that therapy of tapping that this guy does in Costa Rica that I've never seen anyone else do. Actually, I think he kind of owns these rights and this gift that he will eventually, I believe, share with others before he passes this earth plane. But I'm going to go back end of March and finish working on that right hip. I'm still doing exercises. I'm still doing strengthening, building my quads, really stretching and using mobility within my hip. But I do think I have to go back and do some more sessions, which that reminds me, I am going to be offering something in 2027, potentially the end of 2026, is an opportunity to mastermind, to build deep friendship. It's going to be the most intimate container and to meet up with these healers, to have a very specific healing plan for you that you can go through over a 2 to 3 day period with me setting you up with these healers in one space in my healing home in Costa Rica, where you're going to get the healing foods, the healing movement, the healing properties, whether it's body work or deep subconscious rewiring, whatever that is for you. For those who sign up, we'll do a discovery call and figure out your exact plan. And you'll be able to hang out and meet incredible people and have a one-stop shop of profound healing over a 3 day period, which I know we can amplify the healing process in 3 days. I'm finding these incredible healers that know how to do this. And so I am going to be dropping that coming up. Those will fill out really fast because the max people that can come are 10 people. So you can imagine how fast those are going to sell out. And of course, those go to my Lotus Rising members first. That gets offered to them first. My Lotus Elevated women first. So if you want to be first in line to any of these things that I am doing, become a Lotus Rising member. That is the best way to receive this information and to be the first in line to come to these deep, profound healing experiences. All right, my loves, I hope you're having a beautiful week. I hope you're just letting yourself be pulled into the magic that is here for you. I am feeling the pull. I'm feeling the dismantling of thousands of lifetimes. I'm feeling new energies wanting to come through. I am allowing those new energies to come through, but I'm also taking inventory of what gets to be released and stay released, not letting it come back, not entertaining old patterns, entertaining old ways of being that just really don't serve me in the new. Maybe they served me in my past, maybe they served you in your past, but they don't serve you moving forward. So here we are. This is the evolution. I hope you're outside walking with me. Are you guys also incredibly intrigued by the weather right now? I'm living up in the Rockies areas of Colorado and there has been no snow. It is mid-February and there is no snow and it smells like spring weather. It feels like spring weather. It's odd. I'm wondering if you guys are experiencing that. I think it's just once again, Mother Nature is reflecting the transitions, the shifts that we are feeling internally. She is always this massive mirror and I'm feeling it and whew, it's a very interesting time right now. My suggestion for myself and for you, stay grounded, stay hydrated, stay in prayer, stay in meditation, get into quiet every single day. This is paramount. I believe we're like like a metaphorical surgery. It's not a time to be eating sugars. It's not a time to be distracting yourself. It's not a time to be numbing out. It's a time for introspection, grounding, healing practices. All right, my loves, sending you the biggest hug wherever you're at. If you feel called to share this episode out and let everyone know about this diary series, we have 2 more days together. I want to hear from you. If you've loved these, I might continue doing them. If these have been helpful, just a little walk and talk, a little hang out every single day. Let me know. We want to hear from you. Click that follow button, leave a comment, share so we can hear from you. Leave a review. Leaving a review is like saying thank you to me. Truly, thank you so much for following and reviewing, and I love you guys. And if you want to learn more of how you can work with me more one-on-one, more in an intimate setting, click the link in the show notes called DanetteCoaching.com to learn more. I'll see you soon. Love y'all.